seriously, chick, like what the is wrong with you for real? Okay, I'm about to get ready to record my huge deep debunking of the coffeehouse crimes video on the Idaho 4Ks, but I wanted to do a quick video while I finish getting ready about the bullshit that is happening right now. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only, and just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Now, I put this in my community tab, trying to figure out if this was true or not, because I was on the couch watching Sherlock Holmes with my son, and I started getting messages. Hey, there might be photos of a certain person out there from the crime scene. We haven't seen them. It's just a rumor. I don't know what's going on. Have you heard anything? I have not. I haven't been on my computer since this morning when I spilled coffee everywhere and just gave up for a few hours and just went to the couch and rotted for a little bit because spilling coffee everywhere this morning completely just threw my whole vibe off and I needed to just decompress. But as soon as I got that message, I came in here and started looking around. I looked everywhere official before I posted that. I looked at the Idaho State Police website because they like to just post updates and there's never any sort of like, hey, this is coming out. They just kind of like do it. And I also checked Twitter to see if anybody had posted anything new. I also checked the Idaho Case of Interest website to see if any of the unredacted documents that they removed had finally been posted or if anything was on there. And that case summary has literally not been touched. It has not been updated. Nothing else is on there. So at first I was like, I have no idea. I don't see anything. I can't find anything. I am going to go and dig a little bit further and see what's going on. And again, within just a few minutes, you guys were like, oh yeah, I saw it. It looks fake. It looks fake. It looks fake. It looks fake. So then it was posted in the comments that this thing was on Reddit. And I was like, okay, well, that honestly makes some freaking sense. Let's go check it out. So I went over there. I instantly was able to find it. And it actually is not coming from Reddit. It came from Facebook. What was on Reddit was screenshots of the girl's post in a Facebook group that's on Facebook. It was not something that this girl posted to one of the actual like Idaho 4 discussion boards or anything like that. This was in more of like a macabre and morbid type Facebook group. It was actually called Allie's Asylum, Macabre, Morbid, and More. Now, I went to the page itself. I did keyword searches for this person's first name, for Idaho 4. I physically searched for days and days. But again, I don't know when this was posted because the original post is gone. I don't know if the page itself got rid of it. I don't know if the girl got messages from maybe people who know Xana and were like, what the hell's wrong with you? Delete this shit. They haven't had anything posted about it on their very public page on Facebook. Now, before we get to this person's very public page on Facebook, because yes, it is very important. And normally we wouldn't. Y'all know that. Y'all know that from being here. Normally we wouldn't. But there is something very, very particular on this person's page that I do want to bring forward. But first, let's discuss this photo. Now, this is the most of the photo that I'm going to show because this is something that you've already seen. This is an actual crime scene photo from the ISP records, from the MPD records. We've seen photos from this angle coming from both of them at this point. Now, the thing about this is that the way that this person has Xana's body laying in here, it is the opposite of everything that we were told. It is not feet first, head to the wall, no pants, only underwear, and a long sleeve gray shirt. No. This person is laying head towards the door, feet towards the wall. They're sort of on their stomach, but on their side, sort of like if they were sleeping, but with some sort of maybe a body pillow underneath them where their arm and their leg would like rest over the body pillow. It's sort of like in that sort of position. And the person is wearing a short black dress. And it looks like there's like a little waist belt around like the upper, like midsection-ish area. Now there is a like long brownish hair, but the long brown hair, as soon as it gets to about like this area, melts in color with what they're claiming to be the blood on the ground. Now the blood that is showing in this photo is black. it's black. And even in the blurred photos that we got from the media, and remember, these photos that do very much have the victims' bodies in them, I verified that myself, were only released to one entity. And that's according to MPD's FOIA officer person that I speak to constantly over there. Only one entity got these photos. Everyone else got the redacted versions that don't show any of the victims' bedrooms or Dylan and Bethany's bedrooms. But of course, because we actually do what here? Read documents, go over interviews, listen to hearings, do all of the official things. I knew that this looked a certain way for a reason. And we have to go back to something that we've heard on official record when it comes to the position of this photo and how they're claiming that this is just a very unblurred photo that they took from an official source and just did some things to it, which no, you didn't. It's very obvious that no, you didn't. But there's a reason why it placed Xana this way. This is why.
I never thought anything was wrong. Like, I thought she had just, like, fallen asleep. I never thought she drank, like, she was unconscious. I didn't even think that at all. I didn't think anything was wrong at all. So then I stopped for a second, look at her, like, okay, she's fine. Like, she's just asleep. Like,
is her bedroom light on?
I think so. Again, I don't know for sure. Everything's...
How far is Xana from you when you first see her? What's the distance?
I guess if, like, I'm right here, it's, like, behind that window from where I am. Like, it's pretty long hallway, I would say.
Is her bedroom at the end of the hallway?
Yes, the very end of the hallway. And, like, I couldn't see much. I guess, like, I could just see her. I could see the top of her head. Because obviously her head is a lot higher than everything else. And I could see her legs a little bit. And that was it. I didn't see anything else. I didn't see anything wrong. Like, it just looked like a room. Like, yeah, she was drunk, probably messed it up a little bit. It didn't look, from what I think I saw, it didn't look super messy at all. Like, it just looked like there was a few clothes. You know, that's normal for all college girls. Like, it's normal.
So this distance you're talking about, would you have been able to see her if the lights were out?
Probably not.
So some light had to have been on.
I think so. That's what I'm thinking.
Do you guys have night lights in your house?
I don't. I mean, I don't. I mean, we have this. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that because we have, like, little twinkle lights that go around, like,
decorative.
Yeah, so I guess that could have been it. Maybe there was just decorative lights, and that's how I saw Xana. I don't know. And we have this little Scentsy thing. I don't know if it's on. We're pretty good at turning it on and off, so it's not, like, going on through all night, but it does have a light. I don't know if that was on.
Where's the Scentsy light on normally? Where is it located? I'm sorry.
So from my room, you first walk into the living room. There's, like, let's say this is the door to the living room. Right to your left is this bar cart with, like, some alcohol and, like, some decorative stuff. Right to your right, there's this little table that has drawers, and that's where the little Scentsy thing is. And then the couch.
Would you have been able to see Xana with that light from the living room?
I don't think so.
This is important because in our world, for an offender to leave lights on a house, you increase the risk of identification. They would rather the lights not be on. So it's important that we get this straight.
I mean, I think Xana's lights were on.
There's no way you could have seen her otherwise, though, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to plant a seed in your
head.
I
know.
But think about where you're at when you see her. If all the lights are off, you wouldn't have been able to see her normally?
Well, I mean, we have so many twinkle lights, so I might be able to. I have no clue. I can't. I'm sorry. I just can't remember.
No, that's again. I'm not suggesting you should tell me something you do not know.
Yeah, I don't know if her lights were on or not. I have no clue at all.
But you could see her.
I could see her. I know that I could see her.
And which way is she facing? Which way is her head facing?
So, like, let's say, like, that couch is the back of her wall. That's where her head is, and her legs are towards, like, forward towards me.
And then what is she wearing?
I don't know what her shirt is. I can just see her wearing underwear, and that was normal. Like, she was really comfortable with us. She would wear just underwear around the house, and that was fine.
Did you call out her name?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't think so. I don't think I did. I thought she maybe was just asleep, so I don't want to wake her up. And then I, like, ran down to bed. She could hear me walking down, so she opened up the door, so I didn't have to wait for her to unlock it. And I just locked the door. And I was like, I don't remember what we talked about at all. I don't know if she does. I have no clue what we talked about. I just remember us being scared a little bit, but, like, we didn't think anything was wrong at all. We thought, okay, maybe someone's just passing through. Like, maybe we just, like, the house would make a lot of noises too, because I think it is an older house. And it's like, I'd be at night hearing just, like, you know, like the cracking noises when houses make when they're older.
Settling.
Yeah. that would happen quite often. And so we were kind of used to that. And we just didn't know. And she just said something about a light in her room, like a firecracker or a firework. I don't fully remember. And it just was kind of weird. I was like, what? I don't remember if I talked to her about the guy. I don't remember if I talked to her about what I saw or what I heard. I have no clue. I just remember we fell asleep pretty fast in our bed and we didn't think anything was wrong at all.
I have to ask you, you were running at first, and at what point did you stop running and she heard you walk to her room? You said at first you were running, and you must have felt comfortable at some point.
Well, I guess I was running. So when I got out, I stopped and looked at Xana for a second. This is what I think happened. Then I ran down the stairs. I kept running. I don't think I was walking at all. I think I kept running until I got to her door.
So it's important that it's not what you think, it's what you know.
I don't know any of this. I don't know at all.
And when we were going over the reports from this, when we were listening to the interviews, when this first released, we were like, girl, what are you talking about? Because everything from the original PCA to the way that she's described in all of the officers' reports is that her feet were towards the door. She was on her back with her head towards the wall. And again, pantsless, only underwear, and a long sleeve. I don't recall if it was labeled a sweatshirt or if it was just a long sleeve gray shirt, but it was gray long sleeve and she had no pants on. We know that has been consistent in all of the reports so far. Though extremely late information because they kept what she was wearing secret, they've kept what all of them were wearing secret this entire time, it has still been consistent since we found out. So I was talking to my buddy about this because I told him I have to be honest about how I don't believe that this is a real photo, but I still have to question the positioning because of something that we've already heard in what is considered an official account because it's an interview. It's part of the police record. Now, just because something is part of the police record does not mean that it's actually true. It just means that it's part of the things that they have to look at. Not everything that it's a document, a police record, on an interview, anything that comes out in court minutes, just because it's on it doesn't make it accurate. That's something that we really do need to try to keep in mind here. But he said AI grabs everything. It knows how many people replayed those interviews of Dylan, discussed the fact that she's saying these things in the comments. How many times were those conversations over on other forums? Not just Reddit, but how many forums are out there that we don't even know exist because we're only on the ones that we're on. There was a lot of stuff in this case and in Kylie Rodney's case that came out when it came to social media forums and stuff like that I didn't know existed. I didn't know about Be Real. I didn't know how Snapchat worked. I'd never freaking used Snapchat. I didn't know that things just disappeared the way that they just disappear. I didn't know that something called Yik Yak was out there. I didn't know about a lot of these apps. So there's just no telling how many are out there that I just probably never will even know exist. But AI does. And that's one thing with AI is that unless you give it really, really, really specific prompts and it can actually gain access to these things without having to do logins and all those other security passwords and stuff like that, it's going to take mainstream information. It's going to take social media conversations. It's going to take proven unverified sources and it just puts it all together to give a big summary that sounds smart, but that doesn't mean that it's accurate. So I feel like this is not real. This is not a real photo. This is completely AI. This person is just rude as shit for even putting this kind of stuff out here in the middle of all of the insanity already. Seriously, chick, what the is wrong with you for real? Now I'm giving you all the things and now you guys discuss down in the comments. Now, again, I'm not going to show this photo. If you do your own due diligence, it's out there on the internet in other places. Like I said, I found it on Reddit and it didn't take very long to find it. I just listened to what was being commented in the comments on my community post and I found it. If you go and do that and want to come back and give me your thoughts, that's great too. I'd love to hear it, but I'm not going to show this photo. I'm just not going to do it. But that one thing from this chick's social media that I said, we were definitely going to need to go back and discuss, I'll just say this. On January the 13th, this girl posted, if I have to go to the hospital because I just effed up royally, I definitely won't be happy with 3 upside down smiley faces, blah, blah, blah. What did you do? Oh my God, what did you do? Clutch your pearls because it's coming. Hold your butts. all the things. Accidentally just smoked mouse poop. Because I'm a freaking idiot who didn't look first. Thought it was resin at first, then I got a closer look and it was definitely mouse poop. So now I just gotta make sure I don't get sick or have a hard time breathing, hoping I don't get a respiratory illness, and just trying not to throw up at the thought that I did that. So someone who's so stupid to not only do this, but then to come out to a public forum and tell the world that they're so stupid that they did this. These kinds of people are the ones that are out here messing with these photos, messing with videos, putting out false information, and making people who actually have real questions and real curiosity about real people and real facts look bad. This is disgusting behavior from what seems to be a very unintelligent, immature child of a girl, woman, whatever you want to call her. There's really just no words for the type of people who do this kind of insane, disgusting, disrespectful shit, shall I say. But again, let me know what you guys are thinking about all of this down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already, and please don't forget to make sure that that notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.